to better energy.
This October of money, referring to Ackman's investors.
Exactly. You know, it's amazing. And, you know, the rationale that Bill Ackman laid out earlier was that perhaps he would have been interested in buying a small amount of that block, if in fact Carl Icahn was willing to sell it, as a way of basically unlocking that supply of a big chunk of the stock and presumably cause the shares to fall.
Which they did today earlier on the news.
Pretty clever move by Carl Icahn. Bill Ackman's just buried in this thing. I mean, it's funny unless you're an Ackman investor, but I find it kind of funny.
Well, we know that this is just the latest chapter in what has been a long back and forth. Shares of Herbalife there you can see popping on this news that Carl Icahn has bought more shares. They are up 6% after hours after selling off earlier in the session today. Let's get back to our discussion on Amazon. Gentlemen, thank you for waiting patiently by there. Daniel, we had just asked you about the company's move into the bookstore space. Alistair, interested to know what you think. Is this a good idea?
Thank you, Kelly. This is about Amazon Prime user acquisition and big data. And at Takeometrics, we get a tremendous amount of Amazon third-party retailer data. Third-party retailers make up 50% of Amazon.com's retail transactions. So we get a tremendous look, and we see an amazing view of how much more Amazon Prime customers spend. So when you think about what Amazon's doing here with brick-and-mortar locations, with these bookstores, this is an opportunity to acquire many more Prime subscribers. These are showrooms for Prime hardware like Amazon Echo, Kindle, Fire, and these are more and more of the stickiest, most profitable consumers coming into the Amazon ecosystem. I think it's an amazing move.
What do you guys think here?
I do think it makes sense as branding, showrooming. I mean, there's even talk down the road if there's enough of these things they could have use in terms of local delivery, kind of these micro warehouses. It does make sense. To me, it does not mean any kind of rethinking of the original premise of Amazon, of course.
I'm a huge Amazon customer.
Me too.
And I'm a huge book Amazon customer. And I can't imagine going into any Amazon bookstore for any reason. I mean, in fact, you know,
is that because you wouldn't go into any bookstore?
The whole strategy, which Alistair touched on about the other elements, the Kindle, Echo, I have no interest in Amazon for that stuff. So I'm kind of, and I can't imagine that a lot of Prime customers who are not already Prime customers are going to jump into a bookstore and become a Prime customer. It just doesn't sound right. Having said that, as a branding and marketing extension, I totally get it. It's
And we'll see people visit the bookstores. Maybe they buy a few more of the products. Guys, thank you again. That's Alistair McLean-Foreman and Daniel Kurnos talking Amazon today.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Trolls and fairy tales typically live under bridges and harass people who dare cross, but Jane Wells is looking into a different kind of troll. Jane?
Kelly, this one involves a patent, a podcast, a movie, and Adam Carolla. The comedian talks to us when Closing Bell comes back.
Why are you so cheerful today?
I had a fantastic week trading my Interactive Brokers account. Wait, are you an active trader too?
I'm not, but I found a terrific financial advisor at Interactive Brokers Investors Marketplace. He manages my account, he built the perfect portfolio for me, put me into a couple of hedge funds that are doing great.
How do you select the hedge funds?
They're listed at the Interactive Brokers Marketplace. You should look them up.
Learn more at interactivebrokers.com/IB Marketplace.
What is the latest game-changing innovation from Petronas?
Could be a game changer. Floating LNG will allow us to monetize remote and stranded gas fields. With FLNG, you are bringing the facility to the reservoir. So FLNG 1 is trying to put a plant that used to occupy about 20 acres to fit on such a tight space. If you turn it upright, it probably reach the 76th floor of the Petronas Twin Towers. This facility has been designed for 20 years without dry docking. We have also utilized some of the proven technologies. We have opted for a nitrogen cycle to remove the risk associated with a hydrocarbon refrigerant. We also utilize aeroderivative machines in order to make the plant of the facility more robust and resilient, easy for us to operate and easy for us to maintain.
Channel Japan. Get the latest stories from Japan as they happen on the ground. On the front lines of a race to develop mirrorless cars. Uchida Yoko speaks about its new partnership in Vietnam. And journeying from Niigata's terraced rice paddies to the Sea of Japan. Every week, direct from Tokyo, Channel Japan.
The 2015-16 FedEx Cup season is already in full swing, dominated by the PGA Tour's rising young stars.
Emiliano Grillo is a winner on the PGA Tour.
Savor the moment, Justin. You are a PGA Tour winner for the very first time.
But as the 2016 calendar year begins, the stakes get higher, the fields get stronger. Who will climb into contention as the quest for the FedEx Cup continues?
This week, going to school year-round. The next trend in education? See where it's making the grade. Plus, lights, music.